Thank you so much for joining us.
Sure.
It's a very different setting. We're here inside the JBM Galaxy Premium Coach at Busworld Europe 2023. I think it's a matter of pride for JBM to be actually an exhibitor here at Busworld Europe for the very first time. Please tell us about the purpose of you coming here and about the new launches that you have at the show as well.
Sure. So as you know that JBM is one of the only EV ecosystem providers in the world, where we look at the vehicle technology, which is electric buses, lithium batteries, power electronics, EV fast charging and ultra fast charging, and giving a e-mobility solution on a per kilometer basis with our customers. And there has been a huge dearth in the market of such products which can be delivered on EV ecosystem. So we've launched two buses here. We've launched our Galaxy, which is the premium electric coach, which can do 1,000 to 1,500 kilometers in Europe and multiple global markets. And we've launched Eco Life, which is the city bus, 12-meter city bus, low floor, which is a standard city bus in Europe and many other global countries. Why we are here? Because we are already entrenched in the global market. So we are catering to customers in the Americas region, whether we look at North, South or Central, in European market, in Middle East and Africa, in ASEAN, Asia Pacific, other parts of Asia, India. So pretty much global. This is the largest show in the world for buses. That is why you see that we have a clear approach of think global, act local, and we are looking forward to delivering world-class products to our customers and giving round the clock solution for on ground presence. So as you saw that we have our global leadership team, people leading all different regions across the world, and having very strong and very promising backgrounds and very elaborate experience. So that is what JBM stands for. And clearly our focus is technology driving value, which is something we have been focusing on whilst we are developing these markets and giving customers these solutions.
Wonderful. Right. So the only India-based, bus and coach manufacturer here at the show, and it's definitely caught the attention of a lot of people who are here. What gives you the confidence? Europe is one of the most developed markets in the world. Where does your confidence come from that you can actually, compete with the best brands in the world? Can you take us through the strategy that you've actually put in place?
Sure. So JBM is all about what we call PSC, performance, safety, and comfort. And performance comes with the world-class EV aggregates we put in place, the full EV architecture, the performance of the vehicles, and how the whole pedagogy has been defined for such kind of vehicles, keeping like small things like ultra fast charging or using very special materials for the lightweighting structures, using and understanding how catering from minus 30 to plus 70 degrees of temperature, because every market demands different kind of things, and how are we enabling ourselves to really cater to such kind of customers. Plus today we see that in majority of the cases it is order to sales. So whatever is produced by any company is being sold, and we are 100% made to order. So we customize more than 50% of the vehicle as per the customer requirements, and that is what ensures that the customer is not satisfied but delighted. And that is where we transition from a need to a choice. And clearly the customer should ensure they have very good profitability and should ensure a very large fleet on an ongoing basis as they're expanding. So that is where we work with them very closely to give them a solution. And that is where we have seen that our different technology solutions have been very well accepted by the global customers, and our leadership teams in each region are really catering to such kind of customers.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we are here at an expo. So the product is the star. So you have two electric products, and of course, which goes very well with the whole electrification theme that we're seeing globally. Of course, driven by Europe in many ways as well. How did you arrive at these two products? I mean, you spoke about the aggregates that have gone in. How did you arrive at these two particular segments? And also, how do you think the products will actually compete with the existing products in this market?
So, in the electric coach, we do not have any substantial competition, because it's the first, or I would say one of the only two products which have been launched in the electric coach segment with this kind of range, and therefore it is creating a wide space. And today there's a lot of luxury coach travel in Europe because that's very standard, and so on and so forth in many other parts of the world as well, in South America, Central America, North America. We have a lot of requests from Middle East and Africa as well. So there's a huge opportunity waiting to be unlocked, and people really see that how such kind of products are not available to them when they need it the most. And many companies are using it as the ESG or SDG goal compliance, at the same time really ensuring that their operating cost is reducing by 75 to 80%. And clearly it's a no-brainer for them. On the city bus side, the market is expanding. Multiple countries in Europe and other continents have given a mandate of a certain percentage for their city buses. So it was a no-brainer for us, because already our city bus in India and other countries has been a global product. So it was not that we developed a global product from scratch. Our global product was already available, which was premium in Indian market and standard for the European market. So we have been able to deliver, and we understand very well the European customers. We have a strong team in place in Europe and many other countries which we can leverage on and work with the customers and the stakeholders.
Interesting. Interesting. When it comes to electric vehicles, and also now with hydrogen catching up as a trend, it's becoming a sort of a range game, right? Who offers what range and how much we're able to deliver on that, how we create the entire ecosystem, right? 1500 kilometers is what you say for this particular coach. Of course, the city bus will have its own range. How did you achieve this, and how do you plan to get this executed as well?
So idea is to see that how we are using high energy density batteries. We are using all onboard and remote diagnostics for real time health monitoring. We have enhanced and have a deep rooted knowledge and deployment of ADAS systems, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and clearly seeing that how the performance of the vehicles is being tested very rigorously for different kind of road conditions, operating conditions, and that is what has made us ready for catering to this market, and working always with the best in class partners, dealers, operators, PTOs, RTAs, STUs in all different markets across the world. So I think we have been lucky to find very good globally renowned partners, and also who are looking at the EV bus market for the longer term, and are committing to it as the way of life going forward.
Interesting. On one side, we have European bus and coach makers. We have a lot of independent bodybuilders as well, who've been pretty strong, have created a strong market here. On the other side, we see Chinese brands who've been very, very strong on EVs. I think it's time that Indian players actually come to the global field. Uh, what will your strategy be against these competing brands from Europe, from China, from other parts of the world as well? Also, with new regulations coming up in Europe, what is your strategy going to be as far as manufacturing, production, all that is concerned?
So currently we have the largest manufacturing plant in the world outside China, which is in India, producing 20,000 electric buses with its capacity on an annual basis. But definitely we see we'll be exporting to these markets, and wherever the volumes justify, we'll be very happy to set up the facilities in different regions. Because we always see that as the business grows, locally every region should be self-sufficient.
Mhm, mhm. Makes sense, right? Short, medium, long term, what percent of your sales would you expect to come from a market like Europe, and also non-Indian markets? You have a roadmap for us.
See, our target is that in terms of value, by 2030, we would be targeting 50% from non-Indian markets.
Right, and Europe would have a significant share of that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Europe is one of the most important markets in addition to Middle East, Africa, Americas, Asia Pacific. So definitely, I think we can't really shy away from that.
Okay, right, wonderful. Something that we'd like to know about, from companies, there are always challenges and there are always opportunities as well. So, this being an Indian company trying to go to the global level, what do you see as potential challenges, and how do you plan to tackle them? And also, of course, what opportunities in particular do you see for Indian players on the global field?
No, I think first of all, I would like to thank our Prime Minister because the brand India has been strengthened
Absolutely.
substantially by him in the last decade, and that has really changed the mindset of most of the players globally. And clearly, we see that today we have a competitive edge when we are working with the global customers. Going forward, the biggest challenge is technology obsolescence and being ensuring and keeping in mind and working towards creating world-class technology framework and creating in-house and collaborative technology relationships is what we are working on. I think that is something which will be ongoing journey always. So we always like to be ahead of the curve, and that is something which we would like to maintain as we go forward. And as an organization, we have focused on something what we call TIP. So technology, innovation, people is the DNA of JBM, which we would like to stick to. As we expand and as we expand exponentially in different markets, people definitely become scarce as you grow more and more. So I think developing, inducting, and growing new talent in different geographies, including India, is something which we are looking to do worldwide.
Wonderful. Right. Coming back a little to the manufacturing side, what about local production in Europe? I mean, that would also call for local supply of components. Where are you in terms of
So in
sourcing locally?
EV, already there are global supply chains, so there is no local supply or global supply. So because EV is a very unique domain, it is not make to print. It is technologically driven. So already all of us have global supply chains, and as I mentioned earlier, based on the market requirements and the scale and size, we are always looking forward to setting up facilities not only in Europe but any region across the world.
As well. How open are you to partnering with independent bodybuilders?
See, that is again a market requirement. So that there is no success mantra or a standard formula which works for any market. So we would do that based on the volumes and the market requirements in any given market. So, but we are always open to new ideas as an organization.
Wonderful. Right. One last thing, coming back to the show, I mean, there was a lot of attention when you launched the product. How has your overall response and reception been here at your first Busworld experience?
So I have been coming to Busworld for the last 12 years, and we have launched our buses this year. I think it has been a really overwhelming response, and we have got a fantastic engagement with all the customers, different stakeholders, not only from Europe but all over the world. And they have really responded well to our choice of the structure and the product portfolio, as well as the kind of EV ecosystem which we are deploying and giving them a holistic end-to-end solution.
Fantastic.
Thank you.